Welcome back to SportsCenter. Brian Custer, Jay Harris, and the Lakers and Grizzlies starting their series Sunday on ABC. Here's what you need to know. The Lakers won the regular season series, taking 2 games while dropping just 1. But the teams were separated by just a combined 2 points over those 3 games. All 3 meetings were won by the home team. Memphis enters the postseason as the 2 seed, matching their highest ever. They'll be seeking their first NBA Finals appearance in franchise history. The Grizzlies are one of 6 active teams without one. And according to the betting odds, the Grizzlies are favored to advance past the Lakers. This makes it the first time in LeBron James' career that he is the underdog in the first round of the NBA playoffs. ESPN Lakers reporter Dave McMenamin joining us now. All right, Dave, the Lakers coming off Tuesday's overtime win against the Timberwolves, where LeBron and AD both logged over 43 minutes. So what are the Lakers doing to rest and get ready for Memphis?
Jay, if you count the play-in game, the Lakers played 8 games in 14 days through the finale of the regular season and into the beginning of the postseason. So Darvin Ham knew it was not the time to press on the gas on Wednesday and Thursday, gave the team off, no practice, get some time away, come in on Wednesday, you can get some treatment and whatnot, but today, get in a full practice, get some sweating, get on the court before they board a flight to Tennessee. They're going to have another practice in Memphis on Saturday, give themselves an extra day to adjust to the Central Time Zone, and it's an early tip-off on Sunday, so tomorrow's practice will also kind of work in place of a shoot-arounds.
I mentioned this is the first time in LeBron's career that he's an underdog on the road in the first-round matchup. What's he doing to prep personally? What's he doing to prep for this Grizzlies team that has showed no fear and said they are not afraid of this challenge in this Lakers team?
Well, mentally, I can tell you, Jay, from the years I've covered him, this is a challenge that he almost has embraced to the point of hoping for it to happen. Back in 2018, when the Cavs were fighting to become a top seed in the East, he said, it doesn't matter if we're the 2nd seed, the 6th seed, the 8th seed. If I go into your building for a game 1, it can be very challenging for you. Certainly that's a mentality he's carried over the last several years. LeBron James, his secret sauce in the postseason is sleep. He knows he can't, turn back Father Time, but when he gets in that hyperbaric chamber, he can load up on sleep in the days off. Last night, he posted on social media he was watching Casino, starring Robert De Niro. Maybe that means he likes his chances when it comes to the odds being against him in this series against the Grizzlies.
Whatever it takes. Lakers face off against the Grizzlies, Game 1, Sunday, 3 p.m. Eastern on ESPN. Dave McMenamin, always a pleasure, sir.
How about this about LeBron? When his teams have won the first game of the playoff series, it's basically been game over for his opponent. He's won 93% of his series after taking a 1-0 lead. And when he loses game 1, the percentage obviously drops, but he has still overcome more 0-1 deficits than any other player in NBA history. Big Perk back with us one more again. Here, let's talk about this series here. Let's start with the Lakers and the Grizz, because we know AD, we know LeBron, obviously going to be the driving forces behind any playoff success for the Lakers, but their depth certainly have been the stabilizing force for them in the second half of the season. Who needs to step up, in your opinion, most to help out the star duo?
Well, who's been getting a lot of TV time? What guy has been getting MVP chants in the Laker uniform outside of AD and LeBron? It's been Austin Reeves. And I feel like coming into this series, he has an opportunity to actually up his bag. The Brinks truck already going to be at his front door come this offseason. But I feel like the way that he plays with his IQ, his cutting ability, his ability to knock down the tray ball, he is going to have an important role in this series. He's probably going to be the 3rd leading scorer in this series outside of AD and Braun. Austin Reeves could play like he was playing when LeBron James was out. The Lakers are going to have a huge chance of winning this series against the Memphis Grizzlies.
All right, so on the Memphis side, listen, they don't care if it's Reeves, AD, LeBron. Dylan Brooks has already said they all about that action. So who's the most important Grizzlies player if they're going to send LA packing?
Well, I'll tell you 2 players that they do care about. is Steven Adams and Brandon Clark, and they don't have either one of those guys. So Jaren Jackson Jr. is going to have to elevate his game even more when it comes down to being that defensive presence. A guy that I believe that's going to win Defensive Player of the Year. He's going to have his hands full with Anthony Davis, but he's also going to have his hands full with the entire Lakers roster, including LeBron James, because, again, the Lakers are so great at getting in the paint and getting to the free throw line. So when I look at Jaren Jackson Jr., the one thing that I'm going to be looking at is, can he stay on the floor without getting foul trouble? Because history has shown us over the last couple playoff runs that the Memphis Grizzlies has been in, he hasn't been able to stay on the floor due to foul trouble.
Yeah, that's a good point. By the way, they call him the Block Panther, which I love that name. Led the league, obviously, in blocks in that category. He's also scored 30 more points in 3 of the last 4 games to end the regular season. So he's been playing really well. Talking about elevating his game is playoff perk, because he always does that when we got him on SportsCenter. Appreciate you, bro.
Obviously a key to getting there, but you're into the playoffs now. You get a chance for the full 7-game series. How do you feel about the progression, where the team has gone, trade deadline, the whole thing, to get to this point? What kind of chance do you give yourself?
We went 2-10. The analytics side said we had a 0.3 chance of making the postseason. So, that's all you ask for, is a chance, I guess. And, for us to turn around our season and give ourselves an opportunity to compete for the Larry O'Brien Trophy, that's all you can ask for.
LeBron, in a lot of ways, this game kind of felt like your year. Slow start, had to fight back into it. As you guys move ahead, how much confidence do you draw from the fact that this team has shown this level of resilience throughout the year?
Yeah, that's one thing we've been really good at. Even through the ups and downs, we've been very resilient, been able to stick with the game, and find a way to get it out and win. Either with slow starts or not finishing the game off how we would like to, but just always trying to find a way. And tonight was another instance of that versus a very, very, very good team.
LeBron, did you guys as a group have to kind of reset mentally going into overtime after the swing of Schroeder hitting the shot and then Conley getting fouled?
Oh, yeah, of course.
What was said or what was done to get?
No, we discussed it on the bench. The play was between me and AD. We discussed it on the bench, and then, we move forward. Because we still got 5 more minutes to play. That's how we started overtime. We outscored them in OT 10-4. So we was able to, recalibrate, get our game back, and then go on. I think we scored the first 5 points of overtime, and it was good for us.
Obviously, it wasn't the prettiest of games. Do you think there's anything to glean about how this could reflect what you'd look like in the first round, or is it separate? And can you turn the page going into the Memphis?
This was definitely a playoff game. Playoff atmosphere, playoff intensity. The refs allowed us to play. It felt like the playoffs. So it's good to get into the playoff feel of the game. But obviously it's a different matchup that we have coming this weekend with Memphis. And, we take our day off tomorrow and get our minds right and get our bodies right, whatever, and watch the playing games tomorrow. And then start to lock in on our opponent on Thursday as a group and go from there and see, how we match up with this team.
LeBron, there was a moment in the overtime where you were bent over and Dennis came over, I think rubbed you on the head. I don't know if you like it touching your hair or not, but there was also, then AD came over. Was that a moment where all of you guys just giving all you had and you had it just to collect yourself?
Yeah, absolutely. It's playoff intensified out there, and you down for loose balls, you taking charges, you running guys off the line, trying to keep a body in front of them. You rebound, you assisting, you giving, you basically just taking the gas tank down to E and then trying to refuel as much as you can, see if it's a reserve tank. So, definitely, when you got guys that's, doing the same thing, taking it down to E, that it gives you motivation also to get up and, you'll get energy, after the game, but you can always find a way to make one more play or, one more steal or one more block out, one more rebound or, and get one more stop. And, that's what we did in overtime.
LeBron, I know you said you're going to lock into things more on Thursday, but what are your early thoughts on the matchup with Memphis and just kind of?
Really good team. Very well coached, very well balanced. Obviously, the head of snake is John Morant, but another all-star in Jaren Jackson, who's up there, one of the defensive player of the year. His ability to block shots, but offensively, he's very dynamic as well. Tyus Jones, the point guard off the bench, has led the league in the assist-to-turnover ratio like the last 6 years. So he complements them very well. Desmond Bane, I think in his third year, second or third year, but he plays like a veteran. His ability to shoot the ball from the three-point line is also his ability to, attack an early transition. Dylan Brooks, an opportunity to go out there and you can't disrespect him because he makes shots Xavier Tillman has been playing good basketball. Obviously, he's been well coached all the way from college days, with Coach Izzo, to now, and so on and so on. They got Luke Kennard, who broke my scoring record in high school. He passed me in high school, and it's the reason why, because he's a laser from the three-point line. His ability to shoot the ball, is uncanny, and they got so many other guys also off the bench that you can't disrespect because they will make you pay. Obviously, I haven't thought about Memphis one minute.
Last three, we'll go Malika, then we'll go Kurt, and then we'll end with Tim Parker.
LeBron, you said that really you just wanted a chance, right? A shot